Howdy, everyone. My name is Konstantin, and welcome to Inside Russia. I am streaming live from the very heart of Russia, the capital of South. I am stream. Sound is on, and I have a very interesting topic for you today. Well, I hope it'll be interesting. I will speak on the state of internet censorship in Russia at this day. Without further ado, let's jump right into our discussion today. You know, this stream today was kind of hinted to me by one of the subscribers and viewers, Mary Eshelman. Emailed me a few questions asking, basically about the current state of affairs in the censorship department in the internet. She had very good questions, and she was not the first one asking me these questions. I had heard them before many times. This is a topic that is of interest of many people, so let's go into details. I'm going to have two parts of my message today. First, I'm going to tell you what is happening with blocking or banning the Western media, the Western websites, the Western internet. And then in the second part, I'll tell you what's happening with the Russian part of the internet. So, what is censorship anyway? Censorship, the suppression of words, images, or ideas that are offensive, happens whenever some people succeed in imposing their personal, political, or moral values on others. Censorship can be carried out by the governments as well as private pressure groups. In Russia, censorship is unconstitutional. Let's talk about the Western media. There were a few questions that Mary and some other viewers asked me, and I'll just go by the questions. On Western media, what's going on with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter? All these three resources are considered extremists in Russia and are outlawed. In other words, what's happening with the social media landscape? Well, all these three companies mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, are daughter companies of Meta, formerly known as Facebook. And all Meta and its daughter companies are considered extremist, as I said. They were named extremist in March of 2022. Before that, we used all three without any limitations. They were considered normal. Russian officials, Russian people had accounts and they used it. But in March, it became, these resources were called extremists and they were blocked. They've been a few clarifications by the government officials. All clarifications were oral, meaning there is no written statement. The politicians were saying, hey, look, it's not illegal for regular Russians to use Instagram or Facebook, the forbidden resources, the extremist resources. It's Russian people who use, they will not go to jail. They will not be subject of prosecution. It's just we are against these companies that post extremist materials. Okay. I have caught using both Facebook and Instagram by a great deal, by 100%. I just don't use them anymore. It's better be safe than sorry, I know that some other Russians still use them, and I have not heard of one single case of government going after people, regular users of these three resources. Next question. Are Western newspaper websites like the New York Times, Britain's The Guardian, or French and German newspapers blocked in Russia? Well, guess what I did today? To answer this question, I actually went onto a website of every single resource mentioned, and this is what I have learned. The New York Times, not blocked. Any Russian can access freely this the great newspaper. The Guardian, Britain's The Guardian, not blocked. Any Russian can access The Guardian. French and German newspapers, as far as I know, not blocked. So any Russian who can read in foreign language can go and log in onto their websites and have full access to all the materials that they provide. Next question. What about nationwide US news websites like CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, or PBS NewsHour? Again, I went ahead and logged into every single resource, or tried logging in. And this is what I learned. As of today, CNN is not blocked, ABC is not blocked, NBC is not blocked, CBS News is not blocked, PBS NewsHour not blocked. From my house using Russian internet, I log in freely and have access to whatever they have to say. Next question. Are some of the Western news articles still accessible via Telegram in Russia, or are they blocked? Oh, there's a mosquito flying. Telegram. Telegram is a very interesting phenomena. Telegram cannot be blocked. Physically, it's nearly impossible. The thing is, they tried. They tried very hard to block Telegram. There were rumors about 5 years ago that Telegram did not cooperate with Russian authorities. Therefore, they came up with, I think there wasn't a law, but was some kind of executive order to block Telegram in Russia. Well, Russians started using VPNs back then because they were perfectly legal. And that also created a little outrage in the government. And they decided to ban VPNs. Not, can't really say like exactly that they banned VPNs. But they made it illegal for VPNs who do not cooperate with the government authorities and who allow to access the blocked resources in Russia. Those VPNs are made outlawed in Russia and they're blocked, okay? All other VPNs are not blocked. But then it's really hard to block a VPN, as well as Telegram. Russians kept on using Telegram for all 5 years, and finally, about a year ago, they made another executive order unbanning Telegram. I think it's due to it's really difficult to ban it. So, Telegram is one of the main messengers here in Russia. Almost every single Russian has Telegram and his or her smartphone. There are thousands and thousands of Telegram channels. It's really easy to create a Telegram channel. I have my own Telegram channel. It's called Inside Konstantin's Russia. If you have not joined, so please do so, because if worst comes to worst and everything is cut off from communication, Telegram will be the last one to go. So if you have not joined, please do so. Inside Konstantin's Russia. So everything on Telegram is accessible, answering the question. Next question. I read that the BBC and German Deutsche Welle websites are blocked. But can Russians still see BBC and Deutsche Welle YouTube channels? Well, BBC is not blocked. I checked. BBC.co.uk is working fine. Deutsche Welle is blocked, but it's not blocked due to... Well, it was blocked back in December because in Deutschland, in Germany, Russian RT, Russian Times, Russia Today, there you go, RT, was blocked in December by a union of independent journalists or something like that. And Russian government got really upset. In return, it blocked Deutsche Welle. And then Germans made an appeal saying, hey, it's not us, it's not the government who blocked your resource. And we cannot really say, we don't have a say over this independent group of journalists, reporters. And the Russian government replied something like, yeah, right. So they blocked Deutsche Welle in return, so to speak. But on YouTube is accessible, and you definitely can watch Deutsche Welle programs on YouTube. The next question is also about YouTube, and the question after that. What about the news media YouTube channels like Time Radio or the PBS NewsHour channel on YouTube? Well, nothing is blocked directly from Russia, so you can go directly to, whatever your media is, or you can go to their YouTube channels, okay? It's your choice. So either way is available to Russian viewers. The next question is also about YouTube. Do you think that YouTube and Telegram might be blocked by the Russian government in the future? Do you have any idea why the government hasn't done that already? Two questions in one, and that is a question, well, two questions are really worth going into the details. I made 2 streams saying YouTube might be getting blocked soon. First was in March, and the second was, I think, in April. And I wasn't lying to you. There were rumors in Russia and discussions, and still there are discussions, about banning YouTube, blocking YouTube. What usually happens after YouTube closes or bans certain channels, for example, that belong to Russian government, back in March or April, not some time ago, it banned a channel belonged to Russian Senate, State Duma, and the Russian government went irate, saying, oh, this is the last days of YouTube and so forth. It was a real threat, okay, and I thought that YouTube kaput soon, and that's exactly how I named one of my streams, YouTube kaput. But YouTube is still up and running. Can it be blocked in the future? Oh, absolutely. Anything is possible in Russia these days. This is the land of wonders, and it has become the land of these wonders. And things that were considered absolutely impossible even 6 months before, now they happen, okay? Or they can happen with high probability. So I'm saying yes, absolutely, YouTube can be blocked. Like, for for example, Deutsche Welle. It's not difficult to do. Telegram cannot be blocked. They tried to block it for a long time. It was a continuous battle, but they lost it miserably. And now the government officials use Telegram like, nothing happened. I don't like this hypocrisy. You see, for about 4 years they were telling us, Telegram is not good. Telegram is banned. Telegram does this and this. We are forced to ban it. Now they stop banning it and they start using it themselves. If you have not signed to a Telegram channel of Dmitry Medvedev, Russia's third president, and currently he's one of the top officials in Russia, I strongly suggest you do that because his Telegram channel is very interesting. And he's one of the top people in Russia, so it's definitely worth paying attention to. You get news from the very first hands, so to speak. So, it's possible. It's possible. That's the short answer. Do you have any idea why the government hasn't done that already? Meaning they haven't blocked the YouTube and Telegram. Well, Telegram, I told you, it's impossible. But YouTube, there are two explanations. After the threats say, no, YouTube is operating its last days in Russia and so forth back in April, it's still up and running. There are some politicians still voicing their concerns and their desires to block YouTube, but they have not succeeded. I think YouTube is still unblocked by two reasons. First reason is the Russian people, the populace of Russia, just like the populace of any country, wants two things. First is bread and the second is entertainment. I come back to the ancient Rome. They came up with this understanding about 2,000 years ago, and not much has changed ever since. And YouTube provides very good entertainment. Actually, I think the best entertainment in the history of the world. Human civilization. Each one of us has an access to millions of different TV stations on demand for free. That you cannot get better than that. I mean, I myself use YouTube every single day, and you're watching me on YouTube right now. I mean, the thing is incredible. So Russians are getting tons of entertainment, and there is no alternative. The Russian government started pumping money into this thing called RuTube, Russian Tube. But as far as I know, that thing has been experiencing technical glitches, troubles, and there's not enough content to replace YouTube. And you know what happens the minute that Russians lose access to entertainment? They might go to entertain themselves onto the streets. And I think the government wouldn't like that. Okay, that's one of the reasons YouTube hasn't been blocked in Russia. And the second reason is the Russian government also needs tools to spread its message. I mean, it makes sense, right? Since there's no alternative, they're using YouTube to spread their message. And they do it quite effectively. So that's why YouTube is not banned. If they ban YouTube, they would be cutting a branch that they are sitting on. That's what we say in Russia. On to the next question. How many Russians speak and read English fluently? Are foreign languages required subjects in schools, and at what educational grade level are they studied? Which languages are usually studied in school? Well, these questions are aimed at understanding of how many Russians have access to Western media. A few questions in one, so to speak. How many Russians speak and read English fluently? Not too many. If you go to the big cities, Moscow and St. Petersburg, you will find many people that fluent in English. Some are fluent in German, and some in French. They can speak, read English fluently, watch TV, and understand everything. If you go to 1+ million cities in Russia, that there are 18 cities like that, you probably will find some people that are fluent in English, but not too many. And if you go outside of large cities, you will hardly find anyone who will be able to speak English or another foreign language. Are foreign languages required subjects at school? Yes, Russian educational standard requires students starting at grade 4, I think either 4 or 5, to study one or two foreign languages. Usually it's English and sometimes German or French. That's it. English was, well, the foreign language was actually a great deal of Russian educational system, and I think it's great. It's great because learning second language, even if you don't use it much, it still develops you intellectually very much, and this is fantastic for a cultural level of the society, But guess what? There are rumors that in within a couple years, this standard that requires Russian school children to study foreign languages will be changed, and the foreign languages will not longer be required. Well, it makes sense, right? If fewer people speak English, then fewer people would feel comfortable leaving Russia and making good living outside of Russia, right? That's just a thought. So that's the answer to the English question. And the last question on the Western media and the censorship, I'm wondering if many young people are using VPNs to access blocked sites. Is it illegal in Russia to use VPN? And if so, what is the penalty for doing that? That's a very complicated question. Like I said, there's a law that makes VPNs illegal in Russia, but not for regular people. It's like kind of gray area. Not for regular people to use VPNs, but for the VPN companies, if they decide not to cooperate with the authorities, if they do not block certain sites that the Russian government tells them to block, then if they don't provide certain data to the government, then they're outlawed. How many young Russians are using VPNs? I don't know. I don't have the statistics. I know that VPNs are wildly popular, especially in the last few months. I know that Russian government is concerned. I have not heard openly any threats to use VPN, for Russians not to use VPN, But there are two things that concern me. First is recently, last days, in Moscow subway, Moscow metro, advertisements appeared on kind of telling people not to use VPNs. VPN is portrayed as a pickpocket, and regular person, internet user, nice, decent folk, is standing, and behind the back, this person, putting hand into a good fellow pocket, and the person in black, the bad guy, is VPN. Okay, and then that says something. Using VPN is not safe for you. It's like letting your personal information out, things like that. So if advertising like that is located in the Moscow subway, in the trains, then the government is taking this thing seriously. The second thing that concerns me is that many VPN services have been blocked in Russia. It's a very normal situation where every day news come out which VPNs are blocked. And a lot of Russians start their days with reading the news lists, and among one of the most important news is which VPN services were banned. So the penalty of using VPN services per se, there is no penalty, but if you use VPN and go to a forbidden site, for example, Facebook, which is considered extremist, and put extremist materials using VPN, then you'd be a subject of criminal or administrative prosecution. This is what I have to say on Western media. I hope I clarified some things for you. I would like to answer. If you have any more questions, I will turn them on after I'm done with the message, and I'll be glad to answer your questions on the topic. But I'm not done. There's a second part of my message. I've told you about the Western part of internet. What about the Russian part of the internet? Well, things are a little different here. Before February 24th, 2022, censorship of internet was not a concern. There were some laws that would limit activity on internet of some people, but those activities, they could be understood. For example, no extremist sayings or comments into social networks, social media, and things like that, no criticizing the president, no swear words, things like that. Something we could live with. After the February 24th, things have changed. They were, first of all, new laws were introduced, signed into existence, forbidding us to say certain things. For example, we cannot say anything that contradicts official information that comes from the government concerning the actions of Russia's troops overseas in Ukraine. We cannot criticize things like that. That's federal law. And a lot of reporters were announced foreign agents. Like in Russia, we had two types of media. Media that had influence from the government or belonged to the government. In media, we called them in Russia independent media, but they weren't independent because they belonged to groups that simply did not support the party line. Okay, those kind of medias we called independent media. In my eyes, independent media is, for example, a newspaper that creates content, gives like sales advertisement, makes enough money to support itself, and doesn't take any money from any influencing groups. That's independent media, okay? So Russia does not have independent medias like that because all medias are financed. But the ones who did not go along with the party line, they were simply blocked in March and in April of 2022. And they were announced companies or organizations acting on behalf of unfriendly state or something like that, agent of enemy, agent of unfriendly state. So, in other words, it became unsafe for the reporters to work, and most of them left Russia. The two last pillars of independent media in Russia, the Silver Rain, Серебряный дождь, and Echo of Moscow, Echo Moskvy, closed in March after that law, because both companies, both organizations decided it's not safe. It wasn't safe for their reporters to tell the truth anymore, and basically they disbanded. Okay, ever since the only news outlets we have are the ones who, well, the old ones, let's put it this way. So what choice do we have in Russia? Not much. We can go to internet, to YouTube. It's not blocked, it's legal to access. We can watch anything we want to. We, of course, I'm not encouraging anyone to get VPN, but some Russians I know for a fact that some Russians do use VPNs and go to the sites they want to visit. Bad thing to do. Don't ever do that, folks. Please, please. That's not good. Or we can go to watch TV, and the ones who decide to watch TV, I can say good luck to you guys and girls. Or we can go and read newspapers, and I can say the same thing. Good luck to you, guys and girls. Or we can go to um, internet, the news medias that have not been blocked by Roskompotrebnadzor, Russian branch of watchdog of internet. And I can tell those folks who go there and watch that again, good luck to you, guys and girls. And that's pretty much what we have here in Russia today. Again, censorship is unconstitutional, according to the Constitution of Russian Federation. I hope you have found this information valuable, interesting. I'm about to turn on the comments, and please, if you would like to ask me more questions on this topic, I would be glad to answer. Before you post, before you comment or ask question, please use common sense. Think twice. Do not put me at more risk that I am already at. Let's do it. The comments are on. Mommy is number one today. Excellent. Lorna, honorable second place. She missed by 0.01 millisecond. The usual suspects are flooding in, and Mommy Lorna, Reese Gray, Toro 8 star, Angelic Cat Life, Mike, Lorna, again, Jeffrey, Brian, question mark, Bob S, Howdy Bob, Blackhead, Malie Piet, I'm sorry, Richard, Robert, Scott, York, Marilyn, Kitty, Renee, born in the USA, Bruce, howdy, fantastic to see you, the usual suspects. You have become a part of my life. When I was on vacation, I did not stream for a few days, and I really missed being here every single night. And I feel more comfortable doing it than not doing it. Thank you so much. And we have a very rare occasion today that the first super chat does not come from Reese Gray. Reese Gray is in the second place, and the first is Donna Olson. Donna, you are the super chat champion today. Thank you for your support and the message as well. That was a mouthful of info today. Yes, took me a while to prepare. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it interesting. And again, Donna, great to see you and have you here, and thanks for the support. And Reese comes in the second place. Hello from Canada, Mr. Popular. I bet you did not expect to be number second. Super busy today at work, so unfortunately I haven't had time to craft a clever super chat. You don't have to. Every super chat comes from you is clever. So just don't even worry about it. Sending my support to you and wishing for peace while I listen in 1 year. Thank you so much, Reese. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Pleasure to have you. Felipe Ranieri, thank you so much. Hi, Konstantin, thank you for the news. My pleasure. I'm glad you liked it and found it valuable. Thank you so much for the support. If you want me to notice your comment easier and answer your question with higher probability, please put it in caps. Airborne Snail, hi from Sweden. Independent media is really the most important thing in the world. Yes, among the most important things in the world. I agree. Barbara, howdy from Oklahoma. Richard Young, congrats on channel growth. Thank you so much. I'm thanking you for that because you make it happen. All I do is I show up and stream and do videos pretty much. Everything else is done by you, so thank you. Robert Holland says, morning, the sun is up in Australia. Well, the sun is down in Russia, and soon it'll be down in the United States, at least on the East Coast. Interesting message from York. RT is blocked by German government. The reason is all TV stations must be independent from any government in Germany. Okay. I learned a different story, at least from Russian news. They were saying that some kind of a union of independent reporters made a decision to shut it off, something like that. That was in December, over 6 months ago, so that's what I remember. But York, thank you so much for letting me know. Point taken. Kitty returns. Can you please start with a 2-minute pre-show so we don't lose the start? That's interesting. Please give me more information about that. What do you mean 2-minute pre-show? And how do you lose the start? Perhaps mods will let me know too. Just give me an idea, and if something will be more comfortable to you, guys and girls, I'll do that. I mean, it doesn't matter when to start at 11 p.m. or 10:58 p.m., you know. Mickey Marketek, thank you so much. Very interesting stream today. Always interesting to get an insight on how you're doing in everyday life. All the best from Sweden as always. Thank you so much. Returning all the best from Russia, you know, for whatever it's worth now these days. Thank you for the support and thanks for the message. Born in the USA, greetings from Texas. Howdy. Thank you, Renee. Read your message. Bruce missed the message and will watch later, but wanted to say hello. Howdy, and hello, Bruce. Hope you come in for tomorrow's sponsor or patron stream. I'm going fishing, taking Michael overnight, and I'll try to do a stream from fishing trip. I'm gonna announce it a little bit later. Easy Tiger 10, thank you so much. Let Chris, howdy. Robin Petit, is there a site where the blocked VPNs are listed? If this is too sensitive, do not answer. I don't know whether it's too sensitive or not. I'm not aware of such a site that lists all blocked VPNs. Probably there is one, and probably if one could, would want to get this information, one would easily, I think. Barbara D, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate no message, but the message is powerful enough. The message says, wow, Pretty cute. Frank in Texas, always a pleasure to see you. You know, Frank, every time I see your name, I have this feeling of burning shame for that thing that I was talking about, how Russia would never attack Ukraine. I perhaps a different topic for a different stream, you know. Donna says something interesting. Howdy ho. Never heard that before. Howdy ho. I like that. Bob, one caps. You missed. It's gotta be exclamation sign, then caps. Michael Kuntz, hi from Switzerland. Howdy, howdy, Michael. Just a player. Hello from Germany. Howdy. Guten Abend. Sonny Gargant. Hello, good people. There are plenty of good people here. So howdy to you, Todd. Charlie from Pacific Beach, California. Stephanie. Sabrina Fell. Blackett. Sandy. The Beelight. Derek Goldie. The Divine Never. That's a good name. Do you think more countries will start using social credit score like China? I hope not. I hope not. I can see Russia is taking steps towards that, but there's actually a hugely important thing happened in Russia. A few years ago, Chinese president visited Russia and he was meeting Vladimir Putin. They signed a huge agreement allowing Chinese companies, telecom companies into Russia and providing technology, 5G technology. But that's more than 5G. That's broad bandwidth internet technology that allows to track everything online. The communication so fast, it tracks you as you go, so to speak, okay? And that was 3 or 4 years ago. I think 3 years ago. But guess what? Years have passed and Russia has failed to deliver this deployment of this technology. And now, if they had plans for credit score system, or I wouldn't call it credit score system, I would say it like a control system. Now it's moved further into the future because of the technical difficulties. And the Chinese companies have stopped working with Russia providing technology for most part. Huawei and Xiaomi were the companies who would provide all that technology. Now they're still present in the Russian market, but they have cut their activities to, by a huge deal. So I think that pushes Russia away from this control system. So I hope no one else will use same system as China, because it's terrible. It's really a digital slavery. Just Terry, thank you so much. What is the cost of internet in Russia? Internet in Russia is very cheap and incredibly great. I pay $12 for 1 gigabit and never have problems. I had problems before. I figured they were due to my routers, not the internet that is served to me. So very fast, very cheap. Mobile internet is fantastic and also cheap. I pay for my mobile network about $15 per month, and I get 20 gigabytes of mobile 4G internet, very fast, pretty much anywhere, and unlimited minutes. So cheap. Russian mobile communication, telecom is fantastic. Umberto, why lost trio paranoias? Quite a name, my friend. You must be one hell of a lawyer, choosing your words so careful. All the best from the Netherlands. I'm not a lawyer. I do choose my words carefully. That is a necessity. Any smart Russian man or woman would do that and has been doing that, because otherwise, you know what the alternative is, and it's not fun. So, moreover, I've done quite a few streams, over 200 so far, and you know, it really comes with experience. Because if you look at my older streams, the mods and the usual suspects must remember I spoke quite differently. I did not choose my words as wisely. I couldn't speak my speech wasn't flowing as smooth, things like that. So, and now the more streams I do, the more experience I get, the better it gets. So it becomes sort of like unconscious. Elton Riggs, thank you so much. I'm not sure what hype means, but hey, thanks for your support. Ariadna, good evening from Athens, Greece. Howdy, howdy. I was gonna say the Greek greeting, but I forgot how to say it in Greece. I'm sorry. Marilyn, I have no questions. Found topic interesting. Thank you so much. Uh, Nightbot missing. No, it should be working. Nightbot slow. Nightbot sleeping. Well, it's night after all. What do you expect from the Nightbot? Gosh. Phew. Get some coffee for Nightbot. I'm gonna get some oil so Nightbot is not so rusty. Here's a question from Ferrari Guy. China's response to VPNs may be instructive, illegal, but ignored if a person is not a great target or from a target minority group. That's actually the key philosophy behind this control or censorship. Even if you don't use VPN, most likely you can say whatever you want as long as you're not a threat, as long as you're not the target, as long as you're not a part of a group, or if you're nobody, you can say whatever you want, at least so far. But if you are a point of interest, they watch you closely. We have a new sponsor, Terry Holmes Jr. Welcome to Inside Russia, and a super chat from Sabrina Fell. Thank you so much. Great, great support. $20. Thanks for being you. Well, I be me every single day. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Thanks for being you. Just per potting phase, Janine. Howdy, howdy. How many radio stations are available to you? Believe it or not, but I listen to radio stations from Maine quite often. I have this little thing on my computer, this app that can stream all radio stations in the world, basically, and then I go to Maine. Radios in the United States and in Russia are completely different. They play different music. In America, it's older music, the oldies, rock and roll, that type of stuff. In Russia, it's pop, it's electronic music, it's completely different styles. So I hear Russian music all the time. I hear Russian radio stations. So just for change, I go and switch to thinking of Bob S. and looking at the time immediately. So I switch to radio stations in the United States. Los Angeles, I watch listen to couple stations from LA in Maine. And I also listen to radio station from my American university. What was it? WKPMG or something like that, KPMWG. Anyway. Just Terry, I missed the super chat. Michael Fishing treats, please. Michael's fishing treats. I'm not sure what it is. Fishing treats. Jeffrey and everyone. I'm going to go on. I'm gonna take Michael on his first overnight fishing trip. I like fishing very much, but I'm not a hardcore fisherman. Like the best I can do is take a little fishing rod with a bobber and then just go to closest river for an hour or so. But my one of my relatives is a hardcore fisherman. He goes overnight all the time. He knows all the spots, and he invited us to join. So tomorrow we're doing an overnighter, and we're gonna catch big fish, carp, catfish, perhaps, brams, and the most interesting part is I will try to stream for patrons and for sponsors as my appreciation for you being, supporting me through Patreonship or and sports sponsorship. So it'll be available to you. And if you haven't joined one of the programs, please do so. It's not very expensive. I think the entry level is $3. So it'd be interesting. I will also try to make a video. It's really time consuming. I don't want to promise, but I'll try. A short video how we fished, and then I'll make it available for the sponsors later on. So, little announcement. Jim, leave Russia as soon as you can. Well, thank you so much. Point taken. Trust me, I think of these things all the time. It's not as easy just pick up and go. John Wakamatsu is here. Howdy, howdy. John Liebold. Hey, great to see you, John. Thank you for the support. Q&A was excellent today. China also has tried to ban VPN. I actually, John, as I was gathering answers for the questions, I thought of what you said a long time ago about China not being able to ban VPNs, okay? So thank you. It doesn't work. You can't gag the mind. People who want will find the truth. Others prefers to live in the mushroom society. Live in the dark. John, thank you again. Great to see you. Thanks for the support. Say hi to Max. Hey, Blackhead has gifted the sponsorship to 5 people. Thank you so much, my friend. Oля A+ Russian has joined us. Good to see you, Achievers. Achievers is a new word. Well, I know what it means, but I've never heard this community called Achievers. Why not? Kitty returns. What I meant is start with a picture saying stream is starting or a countdown so we have time to see the stream notification and join. You start talking when there are 10 people in it. I see. Kitty, thank you. I will consider. I see you. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. Steve G, other channels on YouTube that broadcast Western news in Russian. They used to be in the past. I think, well, one of them was governments. It simply did translation of different articles from Washington Post, New York Times, and so forth. I'm not sure if it's up and running now, but used to be in the past. You see, I always go to the source. I never rely on someone to broadcast something into Russian, because they might lose some details on the way. York, gigabits, bandwidth, or volume? Gigabit per second. I don't know what it is. I think it's bandwidth. Volume, it's unlimited. It's never, whatever I use, 30, 40, 50 gigabytes, it's all included. Timothy, Russia beats the US for internet access. It does very much so. And that's one of the mysteries to me, because the first broadband I saw was back in Maine, was cable internet, and it was fast. It was expensive. I was paying for the cable internet and for cable, the cable, TV, $75 per month. It's like Warner Brothers or something like that. But then I came to Russia, and the fast internet was more expensive back in 2004. But over the years, it has fallen down tremendously, okay? Perhaps because competition is high, I don't know why, but Russian internet beats American internet by a huge margin. Just Terry, $120 a month there. That's insane. That's insane. That's enough for 6 houses or 6 apartments to be supplied with super fast internet here in Russia. Ken Ibn Anak, I sometimes watch Russian media watch. I don't understand some of the stuff they say. Olga, etc. Why do they think anyone believes them? If folks in Russia can watch YouTube, they are often funny. What is Russia Media Watch? I haven't even heard of Russia Media Watch, so I don't really understand what you mean. Harvoja Brzika, hello from Croatia. I'm watching you over a month now, but the first time catching you live. Live, I think you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. Good to see people from Croatia. A plus Russian. You also have a professional YouTube mic now, Kostya. No, I don't. No, I don't. Ola, this thing is like $15, and I'm gonna feel a little ashamed now, but I'm gonna show you something. This is dust in your face. This is Rode Wireless Go. This is my like usual mic I put right here. So this is a gimmick and a trick. The quality is pretty good though. I really enjoy. I plan on buying myself a really good microphone to up my voice, my sound of the streams, but that's gonna be in a while. Time is coming. I know, Bob. I like feel it in the back of my head that you're sending me messages. Are you? Perhaps mentally. BC, greetings from sunny Arizona, USA. Well, you know what? Rostov-on-Don is like Arizona in the months of July and August. Hot, extremely hot, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and dry, not humid. Terry Carter, hello, Constantine from Pulaski, Virginia. Howdy, howdy, my friend. Was showing the geography of the United States to my wife today. We went over Virginia on the map. Jeffrey, I pay $50 for internet. Mental telepathy from me to you. I haven't seen Harry today, Lorna. Andre, kind greetings from Veendam, Netherlands. What's to drink? Couple questions that get asked a lot is what I drink. This is tea. It's always tea. I love tea. Tea comes from Ceylon, or otherwise known as Sri Lanka. It is fantastic. It's regular black tea. The first tea in Russia that I found to be good, what we buy at regular stores is CAACRAP usually, and it took me a few years, quite a few years, to find this brand, and it's good. So that's what I drink. And then people always ask me why it says Boss on my golf shirt. The brand is Hugo Boss, and it's a very famous brand of apparel. Comes from Germany. I like it very much. It fits my body type very good. So you know, that's what it is. Good question from Karine SC. Have you noticed how kids in Russia are reacting to the situation? I'm thinking if they are scared, annoyed that Netflix, Disney Plus, etc. are not being updated or available. Anything else they have noticed? Well, who told you Netflix or Disney Plus is not available? You think it's not available, but my kids are watching. In general, they're upset. They were very upset in the beginning. Michael, being 5 year old, he was kind of freaking out because I guess mentally, he was kind of like not mentally, physically. I don't know. He was reading off the feelings of me and Natasha, and we were freaking out, and we were very upset. We were angry. It was just this hellish cocktail of feelings. So he was getting restless. He had nightmares. He would cry. He doesn't. He never cries, but he would like cry a little bit, and then he would ask us what was wrong, why we were not happy, and things like that. But that lasted for about 3 months, and then things he got used to it. And the girls, the teenage girls, they have like turtles. They have locked themselves inside themselves. They don't share. They don't speak. But I know their points of view. Okay, and not much I can say here. So that's what about the kids. Mods, couple minutes, and we will go into the finishing. Terry Carter. Well, we have plenty of news on SMO, but they come from the Russian Ministry of Defense. News in Russia, same thing. They come from the news outlets that are allowed in Russia. What people think of censorship? Well, censorship is unconstitutional in Russia, again. Please read between the lines. And I've yet to see people who like censorship. Steven, great question. How are your American children doing with the SMO? Uh, that is very hurtful thought. Comment. Not comment. Comment is okay. But it hurts to think about it. Well, they don't like it. I'm saying it very, very mildly, very softly, okay? They support me. They support my family. They like nothing has changed between like in our relationship with them. Today is my oldest daughter's birthday right now. Well, today for me, tomorrow for you. By the way, she's gonna be 25. What can I say? The whole thing really hurts me because what can I say to my kids when they ask me, okay? Not much. I can only tell how I feel. I can tell my thoughts, and that's pretty much it. My son Jake had a Russian flag in his bedroom, like pinned up on the wall. And then after the start of SMO, he took it down. I was thinking of inviting him over this summer and getting him Russian citizenship. because he gets it by birth, by the right of birth. We had discussed previously, and he said, "Yeah, why not? Let's do it." But not any longer, okay? And things like that. Generally, very sad, very painful for me. That's all I have to say. Sheraton, thank you so much. Tomorrow, I will invite Sky into the stream, and then if she joins, we'll sing her happy birthday. She's a big girl now. It's unbelievable. Oh wait, there's no stream tomorrow. Saturday. I have Saturday. I don't stream Saturdays. Gosh. Well, I'll sing her happy birthday myself then. Hope to see you fishing tomorrow. Thank you, Nicholas. Nicholas, thank you so much. Ken, Russian Media Watch. Well, thank you. Thanks for explanation, but I don't watch it ever. I don't. Just like crazy Russian Sergey said when he was asked which channels he watches, and he named different channels, and he didn't name my channel, but he used to watch me, and we communicate a lot. And then at the end, he's like, "Oh yeah, I also used to watch Inside Russia, but I don't watch it anymore because he speaks on the issues that I already know." Okay, and why would I watch Russian news, media watch or whatever? I see Russian news. I see what they say in Russian to us, So that's enough. Trust me. Okay, my friends, I would like everyone to finish the stream with me by praying. If you're here not for the first time, you know. Well, and if you're here for the first time, that's what I usually do. I don't just cut off streams. I invite everyone to pray, and my prayer is a few minutes. And please, I am asking and I'm begging you to join me in prayer. Let's do it. Sharton, I will do so. Thank you so much. Great idea about the mods. Dear God, thank you so much for giving us a wonderful day. Thank you for giving us a wonderful work week. Thank you for putting food on our tables and roof over our heads. Thank you for surrounding us with people that we love and love who love us. Please keep our children safe and healthy. Please help stop bloodshed in Ukraine. Reach out people who can make decision on to stop the bloodshed. Reach out and touch their hearts. Fill them with love, mercy, compassion, forgiveness. Please soften their hearts and open their eyes so they make decision to stop. I'm asking to reach out the hearts of two people, American President Joe Biden and Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Fill their hearts with love, compassion, mercy. Make them forgiveful. Make their hearts softer. Open their eyes, please, and have them made the right decision to stop the bloodshed. Please help everyone in Ukraine who has been affected by this tragedy. Give them strength. Answer their prayers and make their wishes come true. The ones who have fled the country, please send good people their way who help and support them in any way these people need. I'm asking you to help my country and send an army of strongest angels with sharpest swords, led by Saint Michael, to get rid of the demons that have hijacked my country and run my country to make it shine and righteous again. I'm asking for all women who are pregnant and trying to make a decision whether to keep a baby or not, please reach out and touch their hearts, speak to them so they make the right decision. Please. Give us wisdom to raise our children in the way that when they grow up and become adults, they will make this world a better place and they will not ever fight with one another. Thank you so much for bringing us into this wonderful community and giving us ability to pray together. Thank you. Please have everyone's prayer heard and answer everyone's prayer and make everyone's wish come true. Also, please help the mod team. Lorna Mommy, Bob S., Harry Potman, Pinball. Thank you. Answer their prayers and make their wishes come true. I would like to mention a few people who need your help. Please help them. There are 9 Veka, Yelena, Natasha, Jake, Michael, Oля, Dasha, Sky, Bonnie and Igor, Buzz and Mary, Jean-Paul, Paula, Janine, Michael Milkiewicz, Marlene, Susan S., Susan, Fiona, Sabrina, Freddie, Murby 1, Madeline, Stephen, Ellen, Martin, Donald from Wisconsin, who always asks for himself and separately for his country, the USA. Alice and Dave Moyers, I found Waldo, Liz, Deborah, Isabel Ligo. May her father rest in peace and give her strength, please. Ariana, Liz, Bruce, Kayleen, Michael, Thomas, Tony, Bob, Jessica, Minutes to Midnight. And there are 3 children I would like specifically ask. They are Sebastian, Maverick, and Britzel Anders. Please show your miracles. They need to come back home healthy, and their families really looking for your help, and they're also looking for your help. Thank you so much, dear Jesus. Amen. My friends, thank you very much for coming. I hope you found information valuable today. I have tried to provide as much as I could. There will be no general stream. Like I said some time ago, I made a decision not to stream on Saturdays. Usually it was a light-hearted stream. We would go around and show peaceful places, but I don't feel comfortable doing that any longer, and I'm just taking a day off. There will be hopefully two streams for patrons and sponsors. Please join if you're a patron or sponsor, and I'll see you tomorrow, or some of you I will see on Sunday. Have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. Rest of Friday. Thank you so much. You're absolutely awesome and you rock. Please keep on coming back for more. Bye-bye.